Hi guys, today we're out on Lido Beach, Sarasota County, and what you're looking at is an extremely high tide out here at the southmost point of Lido. So if you look out here, you can kind of see the water has risen a few feet and it's all kind of a white foamy. Well, right down there where the breakers are is about where the shoreline would typically be, right out here. So we've got several feet of this storm surge, I guess you could call it, as a result of the storm in the Gulf. You've got all this weird foam, which if anybody knows anything about this, let me know. But it's kind of like a froth, like you would have on a like root beer or something, like a beer froth. It's really odd, but there's just tons and tons, and hopefully that's not toxic. I have to go wash my hands. But like I said, you can see these people out here. That's closer to where the shore would normally be. So we're getting quite a bit of storm surge today, quite a bit of wind, I would say. Right now it's sort of a northeasterly wind. Definitely, if I could show you a before and after picture, it would be a dramatic difference. I would say there's about 75 yards of water that would normally not be here. And you can see where I'm standing is where the trees and the grass are. So it's all the beach is almost covered out here. Really didn't expect it. I hadn't heard much on the news about what we're gonna get, but this foam is so weird. It's usually when we have these heavy squalls or waves and all that wave action, you get all this crazy, whatever that foam froth is, the root beer froth coming on. I don't think I've ever been out here when it was actually happening. I've been on the beach when you've had high tides. It's so weird. So this is the Gulf of Mexico straight out, and this would be the pass between Siesta Key and Lido. Right in here is the pass between the two islands. So it's pretty crazy out here. You can get an idea of my shirt here. You can see the wind kind of blowing. I'd say about a 10 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour gusting out here. I was planning on running down the beach, but there's like no beach to run on unless I take off my shoes and just go barefoot. You can see that the foam, the froth, has actually come up really high out here. When I normally come out here, I can tell that we've had high tides because you get these little pools of water. There's almost like a little river running out here, where I think the water's coming on shore over here, and it's all sweeping downward this way, I guess, where the tide is taking it that way. It's like a little onshore river. So I imagine it's just going to continue to rise as the storm is out in the Gulf. And other than that, it's a very pleasant day, to tell you the truth. These people are enjoying their day, kind of hanging out on the shore. But usually there's maybe 100 yards of beach out here, something like that, 75 yards on a normal day. But these waves are really coming in heavy. The winds bringing this storm surge on. I'll be checking on it probably tomorrow to see how it is, because the storm's supposed to be coming through this way as we speak. You really can't see anything as far as like anything out in the Gulf, because right now we'd be staring most westerly, because we're on the west side of Florida. Right here, this would be westerly, looking west. This is east, where all the trees are. So there hasn't been much rain as far as that goes. It's just kind of fascinating to see Mother Nature at work. Now, if the storm was a lot closer, because it's away, I'm not sure if it's 100 miles, 50 miles out in the Gulf, but it's quite a ways out, because you really can't visually see anything. But it is an interesting sight to see Mother Nature's just doing what it does, And what we're hoping for, people in this area, is that all this churning and bringing the nutrients will get rid of the red tide, which has been going on probably since June. It was really bad in August, and it's been bad ever since. But like I said, if I could show you before picture, there'd be several yards of beach out here not covered by water. And you can see it's actually flooded, probably because the storm surge has actually flooded even higher since the last high tide, and you've got flooding in here which is really deep onto the beach. Is a parking lot just beyond these trees in here. And you've got a lot of water probably from the last high tide, like I said, that has flowed all the way up here. And since this is a low spot, it's all staying just sort of embedded here. And there's very little room to walk because there's so much water and there's so much grass. You have to walk through the grass. So like I said, it's actually a very pretty day. It's nice and it's cooler than it normally would be because of storms. But the storm surge, which as far as I know is all the effects we're going to be getting. We're not supposed to be getting any, you know, heavy rains or anything like that. We'll just, I guess time will tell as it moves up the coast of Florida toward Tampa and Jacksonville and up toward Panhandle. Yeah, so as I'm sitting here, the water continues to rise. You can see this little current of water is coming on shore to meet the other water to eventually start flooding it out some more. So that's your look here in Sarasota. Like I said, we're not expecting anything heavy duty, possibly some rain, but that's probably about all. Some more wind. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you want to take a look at some other videos that I have some red tide reports that I've been doing periodically. You guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.